We hated having to turn away businesses that have small budgets. So we started a sister agency, a brand called StarterPPC. So I'm here to talk to you today about something we like to call Performance Max Lite. We don't provide any creative assets, any images, any videos. So it's forcing the algorithm into the shopping network where you're getting a lot of high intent traffic, but the ROAS went up a ton. I mean, usually when the cost increases, the ROAS goes down. For the cost to go up and the ROAS to go up this like 1,000% from 40 to 500 is insane. Hi everyone, Regina here at Solutions 8. I wanted to talk to you guys about how to use Performance Max and make it work for you, even if you are a small business working with a small budget. I'm talking under 5K. Now, this strategy could still apply if you're working with budgets over 5K, but I think maybe it's not for everyone, depending on how big your business is. And I'll talk about why in a second once I dive into it. At Solutions 8, we hated having to turn away businesses that have small budgets. So we started a sister agency, a brand called StarterPPC, and I've been heading that venture up. We started it back in March, I believe, and so we're working with any company who has a budget with $5,000 or lower, and we try to take what Solutions 8 is doing. Obviously, we're working with the same team. And sort of just tweak the strategy to make it work for people who are just getting the ball rolling. So I'm here to talk to you today about something we like to call Performance Max Lite. And it's a way to get the algorithm to focus on the low hanging fruit, the high intent offers, right? The kind of the bottom of the barrel, people that are ready to buy, just like how Smart Shopping did. Only this time we're going to use Performance Max, and we're going to let it also remarket using Performance Max. So I'll explain how to control those budgets. What we're doing is we're creating two Performance Max campaigns. So I have it pulled up right here. You can see one, we have Performance Max Asset Groups Only, and we have another one called Performance Max Shopping Only. So the way this is set up is inside of the Shopping Only campaign, and this one, in this particular account right now, they both have $10, but typically we would give about 80% of the budget to the shopping only campaign and only 20% of the PMax budget to the asset groups only campaign. So you can see how we're kind of splitting the budgets, forcing more of the budget into the shopping only campaign. So the shopping only campaign works a lot like Smart Shopping did. I'll show you how we set it up. So it has the product feed in it. And then what we do is we create an asset group that's basically blank. We don't provide it any audience signals. We don't provide it any ad copy. We don't provide any creative assets, any images, any videos. We add all of the products straight into this asset group. So if I were to go inside of the settings in this asset group, all of the products would be applied, none of the creatives and assets themselves. Now, after a while, we might start adding in audience signals. I'll get to that in a minute. But to start, because we're working with such small budgets, this is all we can. We want the algorithm to focus, and we can't afford to split by many asset groups because it just expands the amount of time it takes for the algorithm to gather patterns, right? Because instead of gathering patterns on one asset group, it now has to split the budget between 2 or 3 or 4 asset groups and gather patterns on all of those. So all of the products are in here, or at least all of the products that you want to promote to start. And then in the other campaign, we have asset groups only, which means we've paused all the products in this campaign. So if I were to go into products and pull up the status column, you would see that all of them are inactive. Actually, I don't know why there are 2 that are. It could be that they're paused. They're paused in a different place.
This is not a glitch. I'm interrupting the video you're watching because I need to remind you that I'm always looking for people to join our team. So if you're passionate about Google Ads and you want to work with the best Google Ads agency on the planet, please go to solate.com/apply. Speaking of working with the best Google Ads agency on the planet, if you're having trouble with Google Ads and you want professional help, that's what we do. You can go to solate.com, that's SOL8.com, to apply for your free, no obligation action plan. And if I've given you any level of value at all, maybe think about giving me a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel. That's how we juice the YouTube algorithm so they actually know that I know what I'm talking about. If you have questions, comments, concerns, or confessions, hit me below in the comments. And now, back to your regularly scheduled program.
Like in the listing groups area. And then we have a couple of asset groups in here, which we've been testing for several months now, split by, category. And we have audience signals. What we do is we start to look for which is the best performing audience signals, and then we will start to add those audience signals into the shopping only campaign. Now I've pulled up five accounts that we've implemented this strategy it's pretty recent. We did it about 2 weeks ago. You can see here, this one actually was the first one we did. This one was July 5th. So that's about 3 weeks ago. So I'm comparing the past 3 weeks with this strategy in place compared with the previous time period of equal amount of days. And let me expand this. What I'm seeing is the cost stayed the same. We spent about the same exact amount in both time periods, but the ROAS went up by 50%. And, ultimately that's just because this shopping campaign is, showing a lot of shopping ads. So it's forcing the algorithm into the shopping network where you're getting a lot of high intent traffic. And then the asset groups campaign can remarket. Here's another example. This account, that account, by the way, sold furniture, using drop shipping. This account sells water filters. So we did it about, actually this one was only done a little more than a week ago. So I'm comparing it with the previous time period. You can see that the cost went up a little bit, but the ROAS went up a ton. I mean, usually when the cost increases, the ROAS goes down. For the cost to go up and the ROAS to go up this like 1,000% from 40 to 500 is insane. So actually, yeah. Okay, moving on. Here's another example. So this one sells like fillable charts and wall charts that show the Bible for like Sunday school, that type of thing. And so what we're seeing here is a 32% increase in cost. This one's been live for only about 2 weeks, 32% increase in spend. And yet, instead of the ROAS going down, it also went up. It went up by 267%, from 31% ROAS to 115% ROAS. Still not where we need it to be, but it's finally getting there. With such a small budget, PMax it would take a year to optimize, unfortunately. So we're hacking it. It's a hack. All right, this one live for 2 weeks. Cost went down this time, 54% decrease in cost. And the ROAS did go up by 93%. So, showing an improvement in ROAS, but the cost did go down. So that is an unclear result. I was hoping the ROAS would go up more in that account. And then here's the last example that I have pulled up. Cost stayed about the same. ROAS went up 73% from 159 to 276. Again, still not where we need it to be. This one sells a variety of products. It's basically a drop shipping store that sells different electronics and such. So, but we're getting really close to where we need it to be. We need it to be at 300 and we're at 276 now, finally. So yeah, I just wanted to put this idea out there for all of you guys who are working with smaller budgets. If you are interested in having the Solutions 8 team manage your account, click on the link below. You can go to StarterPPC.com and check us out. We basically offer Google Ads management for a fraction of the cost. It's kind of a limited service, right? So it doesn't come with any meetings. You can communicate with the client managers via support ticket. but it's a way to get going. And if we're able to get the account up to $5,000 in ad spend, then we can see if Solutions 8 is able to take the account over, even though it's not yet at 10K. It'll be at 5K at that moment. So thanks for watching. Good luck with your with battling against Performance Max and all of this top of funnel strategy that it does. And yeah, all the best.
Hello, everybody again. It's us,
We're back.
Usama. Yeah, back at it again.
To annoy you guys.
Yeah. So today's talk is about, and this is coming from one of our viewers, by the way.